Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my lives. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see the rhythm in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pot. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. A man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono try to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thugging with Lucky and that nigga left me for dead. Endure to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
Shalom Israel. This is the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York in 1969. This is the ISUPK Nashville Wednesday night law class, and I am precinct officer Zabak Yasharala. Since 1969, we've been teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian, man, woman, and child that you are the true Jews according to the Bible, according to the words of the Most High God. Here in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana, we're not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group that is on the face of this earth. We're not affiliated with Islam. Definitely not affiliated with Christianity. We're not affiliated with Jehovah's Witness. We're not affiliated with Seventh-day Adventists, Scientology, Egyptology. If it's not of the ISUPK under Commander General Hunter, it's nothing. It's nothing. Because it started with us. We are home of the truth. We're home of the truth. And My topic that I'll be talking about tonight, celebrating Valentine's Day is not of God. It's no different than you celebrating Mother's Day, Father's Day. It's no different than you celebrating Christmas. The Most High did not ordain this. This is a man-made holiday. This is a holiday that has been handed down throughout generations from the oppressor, handed down from, white supremacy. Valentine's Day is a day that sparks a whole lot of stuff. You're gonna have a lot of females getting pregnant. You're gonna have a lot of dudes that's gonna be sleeping with another brother's wife, partying going on, you name it. And with this holiday that has been handed down, it has been implemented throughout the school system. And it's really it really boils down to like fertility, like really having sex. Really having sex. And that's something they teach you as a child, especially in school. Like, have you given out little Valentine cards? Have you given out little candy, stuff like that? But when you're dealing with white supremacy and with their promotion, it all revolves around money. It all revolves around money. Each and every, like when I used to do history class, I had did the research on like these holidays and what these holidays brought to on and one day they do like $3 billion. And everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but you gotta think about like with Valentine's Day, think about all the flowers being sold. Think about all the candies being sold. Think about all the teddy bears. Uh, think about all the lingerie that's gonna be sold. Everything that revolves around this man-made holiday and something sexual, people that are selling it are going to benefit from it. They're going to benefit from it. I know some people sit and say, well, what about the people that are using it? The people that are using it, yeah, some might benefit from it in a way that if being deceptive. And what I mean by being deceptive is that you have a lot of dudes that call themselves and a lot of females that call themselves having work wives or work husbands. So, some people would take advantage of that and hand out some flowers or might, give up little $60, $70, let somebody go and, you know, certain females might go and have lunch. But all that revolves around, at the end of the day, people are going to be sleeping with other people. Like on Valentine's Day, casual sex is at an all-time high. It is at an all-time high. And nobody is having any regards of, like, the Most High sees me. I'm doing something that is unlawful. And you're not thinking about it. Only thing you're thinking about is pleasing yourself. You're not putting no thought into this lifestyle that I'm living. You're not caring about that. As long as you're getting some satisfaction, that's what it all boils down to. And when you are living according to the world, you would not second guess, you would not give it a second thought on what am I doing. This is not of God. So, you just out just to please yourself. You just out just to do what is pleasing to the flesh. That's why we as God chosen people, we have to come up out of this world. You have to stop doing the thing that is of this world. You have to. And, Satan be at the forefront of this. Them little thoughts that have you thinking like this right here, I could do this, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And all of these holidays just leads up to a whole bunch of corruption, a whole bunch of people deceiving each other. And it's crazy. But by celebrating this, it's going to be a lot of dudes that are going to be put out. And when I say put out, I don't mean they got to put out buying something. They are going to be put out because they didn't buy something. Yeah, they could, you done did this, you done came with some flowers, you done came with some chocolate, but you might have forgot this, you might have forgot that. And this female is going to be so mad. She's going to be so mad because she's going to say to herself, you always forgetting something. It's going to be some type of excuse for her to go and do what she want to do too. So now she got her little friend. She going to start an argument because you forgot to get this one little thing. She's going to throw up in your face something. You always forget this. You always doing this. You always doing this. Because this is not a holiday to be celebrated. This is not ordained by the Most High. And it's going to be a whole lot of tension. It is going to be a whole lot of tension. And it's crazy. It is crazy. You got brothers that is not going to step up and be a man. And it's crazy. You have some females that'll say this right here. I'm always thinking about you, but you'll never think about me. All off of one move. Off of one move. And now guess what? You gotta call up your man, you gotta call up a cousin, your aunt, ask them, can you come stay with them? And family that know you, they're gonna say the same thing they said last year. This always happened around this time. I say this here. Out of Valentines and Christmas, I have seen so many brothers get put out. I have seen so many brothers get put out. For real, for real. Because this is not, like I say, this is not of the Most High. The Most High is this day does not have nothing to do with the Most High. And you're gonna be called all kind of names. It's gonna be, it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. And this is a day that so like this is the day that you're gonna have a whole lot of interracial marriages. This is the day. This is the day that a lot of people behind closed doors, they do the most. They do the most because they'll say that this is a day of love. Like, we should love one another. We should this, we should that. And when the smoke clears, hey, here come the babies. Here come the babies. For all babies that is not going to be kept, the abortion clinic is it's going to be overflowing. It is going to be overflowing. I used to have a cousin. He used to trip me out because I owned his own business. You know, he was doing his thing. He said every holiday, he said he break up with his little female friends. Say he's a clown. He and I asked him, I said, why you do that? He said, because I'm not gonna spend money. I said, why can't you just tell him that you're not gonna do that? But Valentine's, man, it's a dark origin behind it. It is a dark origin behind Valentine's Day. I haven't seen, I mean, when I was old enough to understand, I haven't seen people get into some of the biggest arguments. I'm talking about even down like in high school. I haven't seen people argue, I haven't seen females argue over or even just the amount of flowers that she didn't get enough. And that was an argument. Or the box of chocolate, it wasn't big enough. That was an argument. It's the things that goes on during this day, during this time. It's crazy. It is crazy. Like it is a spirit that roams throughout this earth that takes over people. I mean, it takes over people. It be a whole. I mean, you know, a lot of people be at each other. You know, like ah, because this is not of the Most High. Nowhere in the Bible did the Most High say celebrate holidays. Nowhere. Nowhere in the Bible did the Most High say celebrate holidays. That's why it's crazy how Christianity is so corrupt when they're even. I haven't seen times where I haven't went to church with my mother, and Valentine's Day fell on a Sunday, and I haven't heard the preacher pastor say this right here: "Happy Valentine's Day to all the mothers." So if you hear this in a church, you would think that it's okay to celebrate that because the pastor is not talking against it. The pastor is promoting it. And you think that this is a man of God. You think that this is a man of God. Especially when he said, I want to happy Valentine's Day to all the mothers. And a lot of women are wrong with that. They were wrong with that. And thinking, and it's crazy. But he would not tell you the things that the Most High said. You know, he gonna make it seem like it's pleasable to celebrate these man-made holidays because he don't talk against it. Because Christianity has another agenda, and their agenda is to keep the money flowing. It's no ifs, ands, and buts with Christianity. They're not gonna tell you the truth. They're not gonna tell you that the Most High hate holidays. They'll have you thinking that it's all right to celebrate these holidays. But I'm gonna read you a little story. I'm gonna go into the origin of Valentine's Day. It says the dark origins of Valentine's Day. It says Valentine's Day is a time to celebrate romance and love and kissy face fealty. But the origins of this festival of candy and cupids are actually dark, bloody, and a bit mudland. Though no one has pinpointed the exact origin of the holiday, one place to start is ancient Rome. White supremacy, listen, if you don't know about white supremacy is the so-called white man and his whole nation. They are defiled. They are disgusting. Anything that you could think of really resonate with them. Like this holiday goes back to ancient Rome. So the same Romans back then are the same Romans of today. It's no cut and dry with these people. They say from February 13th to the 15th, the Romans celebrated the feast of Lupercalia. The men sacrificed a goat and a dog, then whipped women with the hides of the animals they had just slain. The Roman romantics were drunk. They were naked. Noah Linsky, now a religious studies professor at Yale University, told NPR in 2011, young women would line up for the men to hit them. Linsky said they believe this will make them fertile. And that is crazy. That is crazy. Shalom, Lord of Christ, I'm the water for checking in. Hit the like button. Subscribe, share. They say the brutal fatigue included a matchmaking lottery in which young men drew the names of women from a jar. The couple would then be uncoupled up for the duration of the festival or longer if the match was right. They say the ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of our modern day of love. Emperor Claudius II executed two men, both named Valentine, on February the 14th. Different years in the 3rd century. Their martyrdom was honored by the Catholic Church with the celebration of St. Valentine's Day. And a lot of people look at Catholic Church like they are something to be, like respect them. I want to say that the last pope, not the one that took over his place, but the one that passed away, I think it was about like 2 years ago. I might be over exaggerating a little. But he was promoting homosexuality. He said that there was nothing wrong with that. And you have to look at the makeup of these people. So if he said that and nobody else under him spoke against it, come on. It's no way that here in the ISUPK, somebody can say something and you mean to tell me you can't go to that brother and that brother alone and check him on that and come back and make a correction? Like nah. You're not gonna get that in ISUPK. You're not gonna, especially on the Commander General Hunter, you're not gonna say something not get checked for that. Nah, it's not gonna go. Nah. And man, all them white supremacy people, man, they're all together. They are all together. All right. They say, but the festival was more of a theatrical. They say interpretation of what it had once been. Linsky added, it was a little more of a drunken revel, but the Christians put clothes back on it. That didn't stop it from being a day of fertility and love. They say around the same time, the Normans celebrated Galentine Day. Galantin meant lover of women. They were likely confused with St. Valentine's Day at some point, in part because they sounded alike. They say as the years went on, they say the holiday grew sweeter. Chaucer and Shakespeare romanticized in their work, and it gained popularity throughout Britain and the rest of Europe. Handmade paper cards became the tokens du jour in the Middle Ages. So now you're seeing, like, especially God shows the people that are not in the truth, they don't see nothing wrong with you celebrating Valentine's Day. To me, if you want to God show the people you're not in the truth and you celebrating any man-made holiday, you a slave. You a slave. You so much of a slave that not only do you celebrate the so-called white man holidays, you celebrate it when he say celebrate it, and you celebrate it how he says celebrate it. Like it's crazy. And this right here is kind of like giving you a breakdown. Uh, it said eventually the tradition made its way to the New World. The Industrial Revolution ushered in factory made cars in the 19th century. And in 1913, Hallmark Cars of Kansas City, Missouri began mass producing Valentine. February has not been the same since. And it has been. It has not. But you know that February, once you hit February, you don't think about nothing else. You'll think about Valentine's Day, then the next thing a person will think about that is the shortest month out of the year. It's the shortest month out of the year. And Valentine's Day is a crazy holiday. It is a crazy holiday. You know, you have some people, and females can be so deceptive on this day. Like, they know the dude that they dealing with. They know how he move, how he get down. If he ain't acting right, yo, they got a friend. They have a friend that they gonna go see. They have a friend that they gonna go see. Or he might have another female friend, and you know, everybody be making their rounds. Everybody be making their rounds. It's almost like I look at Valentine's Day like these two holidays, uh, Halloween and Thanksgiving. Cause one thing about Thanksgiving, everybody go to somebody's house just to get something to eat and just to see what they cook. Trick or treat, you going knocking on people's doors. You going to just house their house. So Valentine's Day is like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially you young. You in this world, you're gonna start an argument to get out and go see what you can get into to see what you can do. You already got it planned. You already have it planned. All right, let's talk about how we celebrate now. Today, the holiday is big business, but that commercialized has spoiled the day for many. Helen Fisher, a sociologist at Rutgers University, say we have only ourselves to blame. This isn't a command performance, she said. If people didn't want to buy Hallmark cards, they would not be bought. And Hallmark would go out of business. Which is true. Which is true. It would. But like I say, you have a lot of people that would use this day to benefit them because they have hidden agendas. They have hidden agendas. That ain't no different than if people wouldn't buy the butterball turkeys and people go out of business. It ain't no different if you didn't buy Christmas trees. These people be stuck with trees. But people love the lifestyle that they are in. They love celebrate the holidays. They love celebrate the holidays. And so the celebration of Valentine's Day goes on in very ways. Many will break the bank buying jewelry. I forgot about that. Yes, buying jewelry and flowers for their beloveds. Some will celebrate in a sad that's Single Awareness Day, dining alone and binging on self-gifted chocolates, while others will find a way to make peace with singlehood in a society that wants everyone to partner up. All right. So it's a little bit of that was a little bit of that. Speaking on Valentine's Day. And yeah, we're in a society that they do want you to partner up. It doesn't matter now. In this day and age, this society doesn't matter if it's man on man, woman on woman. They want you to partner up. Like it's like a crazy cesspool. It's like a crazy cesspool. They don't talk about uh honoring the Most High. They don't talk about keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why if you're a God's chosen people, you have to take your spirit up out of America. You have to. You don't want to perish like that. You don't. You do not want to perish like that. You have to come up out of America. You have to take your spirit out. You have to come back and serve the Most High. Serve him according to how he say serve him. Not trying to do the things that you want to do. Not trying to do the things that you want to do. That's why 1 John 2:15. 1 John 2:15 states, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Valentine's Day is of this world. The Most High give you sound instructions, especially to his children, especially to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American man and woman. But you want to do what you want to do. And this is in the New Testament. This does not even be brought out in church. The Most High say, love not the world. Love not the world. It's not hard to figure out. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So you hear a preacher talking about Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, the love of the Father is not in him. The love of the Father is not in him. Verse 16, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes. And you're going to do things that is pleasing to your flesh. You're doing things that you seeing. It looks good to the naked eye. You'll say to yourself, man, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with me telling somebody I love them? What's wrong with me expressing myself? But you're going to do this on one day? You're going to do this on one day. And it's crazy. It is crazy. You doing this on one day. Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ, to the brothers that checked into the class and the water. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. And the irony of people that will go out their way, because now, once you done, and I'm going to say this here, for those that are not in the truth, for God shows the people that are not in the truth. Now, a brother that is being put out the house, when things ain't going right, or she done went and did what she had to do. So now she done got that monkey off her back. Now it's hard for him to come back in. But the more that you keep indulging in these man-made holidays, the more the Most High gonna show you who He is. The more that you turn a deaf ear to the Most High, He is going to show you who He is. And in this day and time, this truth is spreading like wildfire. This truth is, there's no stopping this truth. It's not nothing or no one that can stop this truth. And the pride of life, it's not of the Father, but of this world. You have people that will put, like, they pride, pride. They'll say, man, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. I am going to celebrate this. I am going to celebrate this. Hey, to the brother that checked into the class, man, if y'all have any questions, you can put it in the chat. Any comments, put it in the chat. You know how we do when I ask you became the commander general, all questions will get asked. So like, will get answered. Will get answered. And things that being in the truth now, I can understand why things go on in Christianity. Because the things that you do in this world, it is being done in Christianity. It's just up under a different banner. It's up under a Christianity banner, which is up under worldly things. Because being in society, you have brothers that are sleeping with another brother's wife. You have sisters that are sleeping with another sister's husband. You have married people that are engaging in an adulterous lifestyle. We can take the church off the table. They do it in a worldly fashion. And guess what? They do it inside these churches as well. Just like you take two men out here in this world, they doing that in these churches. Two women, they are doing that in these churches. You have older men that are taking advantage of these little young females out here in society. They are doing it in these churches. They are doing it in these churches. And it's crazy. Like I don't see how people. I can't sit and say I don't see how people are still in these churches. They're in these churches because they don't want. They don't want to. Let me say it like this. Everybody say they love God until it's time to serve Him, till it's time to do what He say do, and then now it's a problem. But you don't have a problem with the person that's telling you how to serve the Most High. You got a problem with His words. That's what you have a problem with. That's what you have a problem with. And if a pastor would give you some good sound instructions when it comes to everyday living, when it comes to doing these man-made holidays, a lot of people would be on one note, one accord. And I don't mean a lot of people like, when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about a lot of God's chosen people that are not in the truth. But it's gonna come a day where you're gonna have to serve the Most High. The Most High gonna put you in a position to where you're gonna have to serve Him. There's no getting around that. No matter how you fight, no matter what. Like when you look at Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5, it say, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. Celebrating Valentine's Day, you leaning on your own understanding. Knowing that it's going to be a problem because it was one last year. You thinking that you got it together this year. Nah, she ain't going to put me out. She ain't going to put me out. Shalom on Christ Allah. The water for checking in. Some brothers be thinking that they have it right. And little do they know, man, that sister just wait. She just waiting. But like I say, this truth is, the ISUPK, we everywhere. There's no getting around that. If you on a phone, I don't care if it's an Obama phone, if you can talk on the phone and pull up some music, we everywhere. All social media platforms. So you cannot sit and say that you have not heard of the truth, especially coming from the ISUPK. But you have a lot of people that will sit and want to say that the truth is that, but I mean, you'll fight us, people that look like you. But you don't see nothing wrong with white supremacy unaliving people that look like you. You don't see nothing wrong with the president you voted for is all over the Epstein file. You don't see nothing wrong with the rappers that you love is now coming out through the Epstein file. We want to pick and choose, but we want to pick the bad over the good. We want to pick the bad over the good. We don't want to ride with the truth. And here in the ISUPK and the Commander General Hunter, we give you practical knowledge. We give you practical knowledge. You might want to disagree with how brothers look, but come on. We coming straight out the Bible. We're not telling you something that we're not giving you false hope in here. We're giving you the truth. I'm reading from Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. The Most High say, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. And when you talk about heart, he ain't talking about the one that's pumping blood. He talking about your mind. You got to trust in the Most High with all your heart, with all your mind, and lean not unto your own understanding. Just because you go to work and you haven't gotten a speeding ticket, you never been in a fight, pay your little taxes, you feel like to you doing all right. But you don't see nothing wrong with by you going to church on the first Sunday, you down in the basement and you sitting in front of two hams. You don't see nothing wrong with you celebrating Thanksgiving. You think that's cool. You think that you celebrating every man-made holiday, that it's all right. You think you look good in the sight of the people that your co-workers, neighborhood, certain family members. You never thought about what the Most High said. You never took the time out to read of his words. You never took the time out to do the research. You never did. You know, to you, you live a pleasant life. You never did trust in the Most High. You trust in what your pastor told you. And your pastor been lying to you ever since you've been going to church with Big Mama. He has been lying to you so long till the truth is like, no. You'll run from the truth. God's chosen people that are not in the truth, that they see us reading from the Bible, they want to contest that. They will fight that tooth and nail. Fight it tooth and nail. They'll try to find a way, come up with a way to tell you that you interpreting God's words wrong. And all I'm saying is what the Most High said. The Most High said, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. And lean not unto thy own understanding. So the Most High even said, I'm kind of paraphrasing when I say this here. He said, the ways of a man seemeth right unto him, but the ways thereof leadeth unto death. Leadeth unto death. Like, and the wages of sin is death. So how can it be that you keep sinning, but you never was told what sin is? Your pastor done told you in the church that the law has been done away with. And he won't even tell you what sin is. He don't even tell you that sin is transgression of the law. But he'll tell you that the law is done away with, but then he'll tell you to repent. If the law is done away with, then why did you repent? There's no need to repent. If he told you that the law is done away with, but he never tells you what sin is either. So if sin is transgression, and this is coming out of the New Testament, something that in Christianity they love to use. They, roll with the New Testament like no tomorrow. But they would tell you, in the New Testament, it tells you that sin is transgression of the law. So if sin is transgression of the law, how is the law done away with? Nobody don't contest that. You ask a pastor a question, boy, he quick to tell you this here. And like the deep demon voice he can. Tell me, don't question God. And a person is shut down. But you got to tell him, man, I'm not questioning God, I'm questioning you. Like you say, you're a man of God. Like you have to, they would never show you that the laws are done away with. Like, where did that come from? But this is something that, when you know and you've been taught that the laws are not done away with, then, I mean, he'll never be able to show you that. But I'm just touching on some points that Christianity don't. The holidays is a $1 billion business. So, white supremacy, they're gonna find a way to keep these holidays going because they benefit from it. It's money in their pocket. Verse 6 says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he should direct thy paths. And Proverbs, I mean, we be running amok, especially when you don't listen to what the Most High said. Proverbs, it says, as a dog returning back to his vomit, so a fool will return back to his foolishness. If you don't learn to humble yourself, if you not trying to seek after the Most High, and you think that you can keep doing what you want to do, you think that just, you done ran all year long, and now you're going to decide to go to church on Easter Sunday. And that's crazy too within itself. That is crazy within itself. That is crazy. I haven't seen people say, hey, man, I'm going to go give it up to God going to church this morning. And that's crazy. And that's crazy. That is crazy. Like, stop. But like I say, on Valentine's Day, they do a whole lot of interracial marriages. A whole lot. You got Tyreek looking at Becky saying, yeah, it's time for us to go ahead and do this, love you. She lied to him and said, yeah, mama, she like you, this, that, that. Of course she like you. Because every time she needs some money, she asks you to do something crazy, you do it. She gonna tell you, yeah, she like you, pretend that she like you because you're taking care of her daughter. You're taking care of somebody that is not working, somebody that is not building with you, somebody that is not helping you. So, of course, she is going to, like the mother is the matter. She got her daughter, like, yeah, you know what I taught you, in so many words. But once again, this world will marry Salaki. They will allow you to get this paper contract. Let me say that. They will allow you to get this paper contract. And our Black leaders have failed us by not telling us the truth. They have failed us by not telling us the truth. Not only will they not tell you the truth about these man-made holidays, like I said, Valentine's Day, and they will. I seen a show last year. It was a lady judge. I don't know, maybe y'all might have seen it. I mean, y'all might know this lady. She had a line so long It was a black lady. She was marrying so many people, Salaki. She was allowing them to obtain this marriage contract. I got to take that out of my vocabulary. Salaki, y'all. She was allowing so many people to obtain this contract. And, she had them state the little wedding vows that they do. That there was so many people that day that she had to tell someone to come back. I want to say it was the next day. But and I forgot. It's a popular news channel in Tennessee. I can't think of it. Man, it's a popular news channel. My real be watching this faithfully.
Channel
The one that you watch faithfully. Yeah, Channel 5. They had her on Channel 5. They had her on Channel 5 and like I said, they were just promoting it. Interracial marriages. They were just promoting that. But nobody would not say that, this is wrong, this is not of God. God never said, like I say, once again, our black leaders have failed us. Our black leaders have failed us. And the reason they have failed us, they have, man, they received a bribe. That's not the word I really want to say, but, it's close to it. Plus, it's all about money for them when it comes down to our black leaders. They all for themselves. Plus they preach for a higher. But they would never come out with this. Like in Deuteronomy, what's this check? Deuteronomy. It said Deuteronomy chapter 7. And I can't even. Hold on. Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 7. And start at verse 3. He said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Even if you look at, just as well as it's in the Old Testament, it's in the New Testament, it's in the Apocrypha. But they would not, we are not educated. You have some fathers that are Israelites that are not in the truth. They will, educate their sons and their daughters, but still yet, some still choose to go astray with that. But if you were to take them and show them, let them see this for what it is. Let them see it for what it is. And once they know that the Bible was written to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American man, woman, and child, and you embed this in them, put this in them when they are young, and you keep repeating it. Because if they train up a child in the way he should go, when he go, he will not depart from it. Once you instill that in your child, hey, once they start seeing, even down to your daughters, once you start showing them how these white boys is unaliving these sisters, how brothers have done came to be unalive just off of these white females lying on them, Once they see that and they know that it's a sin, yeah. Yeah, I would use, man, they would get that picture. They really would get that picture. They really will understand it. They really will understand it. But you really have to, like, reading to them what the Most High said, you really have to show them. You really have to show them the outcome. You really will have to show them the outcome because somewhere along the line, a commercial might try to convince them or a TV show. It's a lot. And you really have to break it down. Verse 4, it says, "For they will turn away thy sons from following me, and they will turn the son away from following the Most High through the man-made holidays." Through the man-made holidays, doing all sorts of stuff. Like, oh man. Because you will want to show that person that you is really with them. You will show this person that, yo, I really love you. And what you gonna do? You gonna take on their ways. You gonna take on their customs. They say that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and he destroyed you suddenly. And the Most High will. The Most High will not tolerate that. It's only been for so long. It's only been for so long. And the Most High will deal with you. Because you got to remember, the wages of sin is death. The wages of sin is death. So you can't. There's no getting around that. And I know a lot of brothers and sisters, they be looking specifically like for a name or this and that and the third. But when you know who this Bible was written to, who was written by, like, it's no getting around that. This is our Constitution, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American man, woman, and child. This is our book, our instruction. This is everything in this Bible belongs to us. Everything. And you have to take God at his word. So I'm going to go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. He said, "How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?" I don't even know what day Valentines on. I don't know if it's when I say I don't know what day, I don't know if it's like Friday or Saturday. Oh, it's a lucky. I don't know what day. That's what I mean. But I know that's a day that it's gonna go down. It's gonna be a lot of fights. Get your stuff, get out. You got to get out because you always doing this. You did it last year. You don't, you know, you ain't man enough for me. You ain't. It's gonna go down. It is going to go down. He said, "How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." Fools hate knowledge. Fools hate knowledge. That's why I be looking when we be in camp and people be coming up against us, seeing us reading out the Bible, talking about, why we hate white people, why it is, why that. Now sometimes I be wanting to say, why do you love them? You have to say and question yourself. We be talking about how we come in when we say that we come out here to educate our peoples. We come back for our people. We do this for our people. First thing comes out their mouth. What about white people? Sounding like a real true slave. But fools hate knowledge. Most I said it best. Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And this one thing you have to say. If you're not understanding the Most High words, you don't have His Spirit on you. You don't. And that's a dangerous thing when the Most High is not dealing with you. When the Most High is not dealing with you, that's dangerous. Verse 24. It says, because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Imagine hearing the truth and you just fighting it. Like, hearing the truth, I'm talking about, when I say the truth, I'm talking about from the ISUPK to Commander General, and you did not get one thing. It's like, you mean to tell me one thing did not resonate towards you? Even if you was to hear something like this here. And when I say this here, I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna say something behind it, and we all have heard this. We'll say something to our people like this here. Like, why is it that these so-called white people keep unaliving God's chosen people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Why is it that, and they get away with it? Somebody will come along and say this here, well, we be killing ourselves too. And you don't even know your history. For you to even make a statement like that, you don't even know your history. You just going off of what you seeing now. You just going off of what you seeing now. Things that you haven't seen on the news. Things that you haven't heard other people talk. Like, and that is crazy. That is crazy. But, yeah.
I don't like people when you ask the earlier you when you ask like people why you love why do they love white people, they be like, well, God made all of us to love each other, but then you turn around like, well, God made them, so you supposed to love them. Okay, God made rats and snakes, but do you love rats and snakes?
Right.
So it's just like a double standard. They always put like God made them too, but you don't read the Bible and say what they made for.
Yeah, because the Most High made everything with a purpose, for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said He made the wicked for the day of evil. He made the wicked for the day of evil. But you will have our own peoples will go toe to toe with you. Toe to toe with you. You can get them precept, they still gonna try to come back and rebuttal. They still gonna come back and say this, they still gonna come back and say that. Right? When the Lord is with you, no matter what you're going through, or no matter who you up against, I mean, as you became, man, we shut them down. Like, you ain't getting no wins. You're not getting no wins. But it be like that though. It be like that. Verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. But here, once again, this is the part where fools hate knowledge. Fools don't try to seek none of the Most High counsel. And to seek his counsel is everything that is in the Bible. Uh, and corrections here in the Bible. But you have people that don't want to come and humble themselves and learn of the Most High, learn how to serve the Most High, learn how to live according to the Most High. Everything that you need to know is from the Most High. And they just want to go and lean on their own understanding. And that's why you have a lot of people that celebrate these man-made holidays. And it's like insanity. You know what I'm saying? Because come on Valentine's Day, they're going to do the same thing and be hoping that they get a different result. Man, I did good this year, man. I did something a little extra. You know what I'm saying? I, I did my part. It's always gonna be something, because this is not of God. You stop leaning on your own understanding and start doing what the Most High say do, and you'll see a difference. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Yeah, because come Valentine's Day, it's gonna be some fear. She tell you to get out. Where you gonna go? You ain't got no money. Or a little bit of money you did have, you kind of spent that. And it's just crazy. It's sad to say the least, but it's crazy too. Because brothers be thinking that they really doing something and you not. And you not. You know, it's all right to it's all right to say no. You don't have to say no with a temper. Yo, I don't do that no more. You know? And you gotta stand on that. Can't be no simp. Can't. You have to stand on what you say. And it has to start somewhere. It has to. Verse 27, it say, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Verse 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they should not find me. And the Most High is not wrong for that. You talking about a righteous judge. The Most High say, you call on me. I'm kind of paraphrasing when I say this. The Most High say, you call on me, but you don't want to do what I say do. Any good father is going to discipline you, and he is going to do that out of love. He is going to do that out of love. Said verse 28, then shall they call Salak. Verse 29, for they that hated knowledge and did not. All right, it said, for they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. But the Most High said it best too. He said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You know, we be thinking that we be doing our own thing, and we think that we look good doing it. But who you really trying to impress? Are you trying to impress the person or the people? Or are you trying to impress yourself? Because you really don't be doing nothing that the Most High say do. That's why things don't go your way. Things don't go your way because you already got it embedded in your head that I'm going to do something different this time, thinking that you're going to get a different result. It's not. Like when you look at Matthew chapter 5, Salah. Matthew chapter 6. Let me get that real quick. Man, I'm getting slow. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24. It say, no man can serve two masters. If you celebrating Valentine's Day, this up and coming Valentine's Day, you is not serving the Most High. You is not serving the Most High. You're not. Say, for either he will hate the one and love the other. You celebrate Valentine's Day, you hate the Most High. You hate the Most High. You hate the Most High. And, man. But this is what you're going to deal with come Valentine's Day. This is the woman that you was going to deal with. Proverbs 9 and 13. This is the woman that you was going to deal with, and she is going to show you. She hasn't showed you on so many holidays. On so many holidays. Verse 9 and 13. They say a foolish woman. This is what you was going to deal with on Valentine's Day. A foolish woman. You have been dealing with her. You have been dealt with her. Y'all have not built together. And when I say build together, I'm talking about first spiritually. You haven't went nowhere spiritually. You haven't went nowhere mentally. You have not done nothing physically. When you see a toxic relationship, the only time that they come together and be at peace, not so much as even be at peace, but the only time they come together and it ain't no is when they had their birthday suits on. Once they get clothed and a few minutes later, they right back where they left off. But a lot of men deal with this type of woman because she has not sought out ways that can better help her. She would not receive instructions from the Most High on how to be a woman, on how to conduct herself as a woman, how to carry herself as a woman. Proverbs 9 and 13, they say, a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. And knoweth nothing. And knoweth nothing. Yeah. Proverbs 7 and 11, it says, she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Yeah, she gonna be on the go. She gonna try to strike up whatever it is, and she gonna be out. She gonna be out. I used to see this. I was a little boy, and I mean I was old enough to know. I didn't know like the blueprint behind Valentine's Day. I knew that on Valentine's Day you give flowers, you give candy. I knew that much. I'm like, wow. During this time that I really started seeing this, I'm like about 11, 12. And I asked my mother, I think I asked my mother, my father, I was like, why do people be arguing on Valentine's Day? And my mom, they just told me, said, they crazy. Something they done did. Because it didn't make sense to me. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, yo, if they say they love each other and they say that this is a day for lovers, why is this going on? Why is this going on? But you know what? This right here is a precept that is really for it's really for Valentine's Day. This is really for Valentine's Day. Uh and you know, a lot of brothers gonna do this and unwillingly knowing, man. Especially when you in this world, especially when you live in world. And I'm gonna just read like the first part of it. Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 33. They say they give gifts to all whores. They give gifts to all whores. Hey, there's a lot of females that's in this world that fall under that banner. But you know what? I'm gonna say this here. I'm gonna say this here. This is for God's chosen people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. To all brothers, if you stop loving whores, they'll stop being whores. They will stop being whores. That's real simple. That's real simple. And getting tuned into these classes so that you can learn how to be a stand-up brother, so that you can learn how to be a sweet and loving sister, a mother. This brother learn how to be a top-notch husband. You will learn how to treat each other with God, law, statutes, and commandments. You will know how to conduct yourself with each other. Mm. But I'm gonna read the rest of this. Ezekiel 16 and 33. It says they give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. This right here is giving that gift up, selling that box. This goes down on Valentine's Day and any other day. Well, Valentine's Day plays a big part of that too. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, it's going to be some money left on the dresser. It's going to be some money left on the dresser either before or after. But it's going to go down on Valentine's Day. It's going to go down. Because it's a spirit that runs throughout this whole earth that on this particular day, it's a day for lovers. It's a day for lovers. But you know, you got to come up out of, especially you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, woman, and child. Take your spirit up out of America. Time is now. You got to say to yourself, man, if not now, when? If not now, when? You keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. But you don't know how to serve the Most High. You don't. You don't know how to serve the Most High. Hey, I want to say to what? Salaki. I'm talking a little bit too fast. I want to say the water to everybody that tuned in the class. Appreciate it. Powerful class tomorrow. Scripture breakdown. Israel, stay up and be safe. I want to give a courtesy salute to all my brothers. Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat to all my sisters, Yahweh Shamar Alatham, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shah. Class dismissed. Stay up, Israel.